Today, we're diving into the incredible story of a company that grew up right alongside its nation. We're talking about the rise of Mahindra, a journey that starts with a simple steel trading firm and ends with a true global powerhouse.
Sometimes timing is just everything. Back in 1945, India was on the very edge of becoming an independent nation. And at that exact moment, a new company was born. Right from day one, you could say their destinies were completely intertwined.
So, how did it all begin? Well, it all started with a simple spark, really. It's the story of two brothers, J.C. and K.C. Mahindra, who shared this massive dream. They wanted to help build a new, self-reliant India from the ground up.
Their first steps were, let's just say, perfectly timed. In 1945, they kicked things off as Mahindra and Mohammed, a steel trading firm in Mumbai. Then, boom, 1947, India gains independence, which created the perfect environment for homegrown industries to flourish. They seized that opportunity, and in 1948, the company was renamed to the one we all know today, Mahindra and Mahindra.
Okay, so with that foundation in place, they started building what would become an Indian icon. And this next part of the story, it wasn't just about business. It was about how seriously rugged vehicles and powerful tractors could literally shape a country's future. Their first huge move was to start assembling the legendary Willys Jeep. Now, you have to picture India's roads back then. Many were tough, unpaved tracks. These Jeeps, they were an absolute revelation. They became this symbol of strength and go-anywhere reliability, connecting remote villages and even serving the military.
But they didn't just stop with Jeeps. By the 1960s, they spotted another massive national need. They started making tractors, empowering farmers, and helping to completely modernize the backbone of the Indian economy. This was never just about selling machines. It was about fueling progress.
And just how well did that move into agriculture work out? Get this. Today, Mahindra is the world's largest tractor company by volume. Number one. That's just a staggering achievement. And it all grew from that vision they had way back in the 60s.
Then came another one of those pivotal moments. In 2002, they launched the Scorpio, and this thing was a total game changer. Why? Because it had this bold new design and features that aspiring Indians were dreaming of, but at a price they could actually afford. It basically redefined the SUV market in India overnight.
All right, so after cementing their spot at the top in India, what's the next move? Well, the only way to go was global. This is where the company really transforms into a powerhouse, expanding far beyond its home country and its original industries.
I mean, just look at their global footprint now. It's absolutely massive. India is still the core, of course, but they operate in over 100 countries. And this wasn't just slow and steady growth. It was powered by some really smart acquisitions, like Sanyong in Korea and Peugeot motorcycles in Europe, giving them a real foothold in key international markets.
But here's what might surprise you. Mahindra is so much more than vehicles. Their diversification is just immense. We're talking about a huge player in IT with Tech Mahindra, in hospitality with Club Mahindra, and they're even pushing into super high-tech fields like aerospace and renewable energy. They've really become a modern global conglomerate.
So that brings us to where they are today, and their vision is all about driving towards the future. This whole next chapter is built on two key pillars: constant innovation and real sustainability. When you step back and look at it, this 80-year evolution is just incredible. The journey from making rugged Jeeps for tough roads to designing smart EVs for a clean future, that's a huge transformation. And in so many ways, it really mirrors the journey of India itself. And look, this isn't just talk. They're taking real action. They launched Mahindra Electric, which was India's very first EV company. They compete in Formula E, the all-electric racing series, basically using the racetrack as a high-speed lab for new tech. And on top of that, they're investing heavily across the board in clean energy. So what's the philosophy that holds all of this together? It's their company motto, just one word: rise. And what does that actually mean? Well, it's this core idea of driving positive change, not just for the company's bottom line, but for empowering communities all around the world. And who's pushing this mission forward every single day? A global team of over 260,000 employees. That number shows you the massive scale we're talking about, but more than that, it represents the human engine that's really behind the whole brand. So all this brings us to one final thought. They've gone from steel to software, from Jeeps to EVs. What's it going to take for a company like Mahindra to keep rising for the next 75 years? It's a pretty fascinating question, isn't it? one that's all about legacy, innovation, and what the future of global industry even looks like.